Okay, this is a meeting of the Wellfleet Housing Authority. It is being recorded. Everyone is present, so we will begin. Anne, are you here?
Yes, I am.
Okay, great. I realize that we haven't officially voted on the 175 too, so we definitely want to take care of that today too. But and also we do have the request for the down payment assistance. I'm gonna, shall I share the screen right now, Anne,
Sure,
and you can walk us through it?
Yep.
Okay. Wait a minute.
Elaine, can we vote on the 175 right away and just get that out of the way?
Well, let's just take a look real quick so that you have the whole picture. The ones that we are going to award the 175, but the plan right now is to apply 160,000 to the purchase and escrow or save aside 15,000 for repairs. So we could vote on that right now.
So I can't see anything because I'm driving, but I thought that the buyers were hoping to set aside $25,000 for repairs. And has something changed?
Well, in a more recent email from Val, he seemed to want to apply as much as he could to the purchase. And I said that although the program will allow up to $25,000 to be set aside for repairs, I wasn't sure that he really needed that. And that my recommendation was that, for example, all of the things related to the roof and sistering the beams in the basement, should be covered by $15,000. And then we would take care of the rest of the repairs with the CDBG money after he's closed on the property.
Okay.
So that was the basis for changing the repairs to the 15 and then making it 160 for the actual purchase.
Gotcha. Thank you.
Okay. I think our motion can just be to award the buy down funds of, I'll make a motion to award buy down funds to our buy down recipients in the amount of $175,000, with $160,000 being applied to the purchase price and $15,000 being set aside for essential repairs.
Second.
Is there more discussion on that? Okay, all in favor? I'll do a roll call vote. Gary? Gary, can you, we're going to vote.
I think Gary's frozen.
Okay. Richard?
Aye.
Sarah?
Aye.
Wait, excuse me. The whole thing cut out on me.
Okay.
I didn't actually hear what the motion is.
The motion is to award our buy down recipients $175,000 with $160,000 being applied to the purchase price and $15,000 being set aside for essential repairs.
Can I ask one question? Is the buy down in only Valerie's name?
Yes.
And he is the only one that applied, or did he apply? I don't know if it's his wife or his partner, but
His wife didn't apply. She wasn't on the application as an applicant. She was just on it as a occupant. So the mortgage is going to be in just his name, and the title is going to, or the deed is going to be in just his name.
but she doesn't work.
She does not work, although that, wouldn't preclude her from being on the deed and the mortgage. I don't know why they decided to do it this way, and I figured it really wasn't any of my business, so I never asked.
But she didn't have any income.
Right, that's my
Yeah.
concern, right. She doesn't, they're not overqualified based upon her income.
No.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, Richard had seconded the motion, so now any more questions? Okay, all in favor, we'll do a roll call vote. Gary,
Aye.
Richard,
I already voted aye.
Sarah,
Me too, I.
Mia,
Aye.
Elaine, aye. Great, okay. Now, the request for the down payment, Anne, can you walk us through that?
Sure. So the purchase price is $415,000. The seller just recently agreed to a $10,000 credit because of some of the repairs that need to be made. So if we apply 160,000 of the buy down to the purchase price, the borrower qualifies for a $232,800 mortgage, which I'll get back to in a minute. He's also required to put down 1.5%. He could put down more, but he has to put down at least that much. So that's the 6,075. That would mean in order to get to the 415,000, he would need $6,125 of down payment assistance. His mortgage at a rate of 2.75, which is probably where it will be. I mean, if they put in the application, the mortgage application tomorrow, that's about where it's been. That makes his mortgage payment $950 a month. And then when you add in the taxes and insurance of $275, that makes his monthly payment of $1,225, and that's 28% of his monthly income, which is within the 30% range the DHCD requires. So that's how we get there. My suggestion, however, because he's also got closing costs that he has to cover, that this committee approve a down payment of up to $10,000, and that'll give us a little flexibility regarding the closing costs.
Now,
Happy to answer any questions.
Sarah, yeah.
I just have one quick question, just because I'm driving and I can't look at anything.
Yeah.
I'm not good at doing math in my head. With the $10,000 credit, when we're adding these things up to the 415, is the $10,000 credit, are you accounting for that as a price reduction or for an actual credit at closing, so that the purchase price, like with all those different figures, do we get to 415 or do we get to 405?
Sorry, we get to 415.
Okay.
Now, when it was posed as a credit, I assumed that the purchase price wasn't being reduced, that it was really remaining the purchase price of 415.
Yes, that's to their benefit, I think.
Yeah, it is. So
yeah,
that's how I've structured it.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
And no issues on the assessment versus the mortgage.
Well, the mortgage is based off the fact that the and when you deduct the 175 buy down from the 415, that leaves you a value of 240. So if they were to resell the house, the day after they bought it, they couldn't sell it for more than 240. So a bank's not going to give them a mortgage of more than 97% of that 240,000. That's what the figure of 232,800 represents. So that's the highest amount of mortgage they can apply for. Now, if Val, chooses perhaps to put down a little bit more in down payment, he could get a smaller mortgage, whatever. So that's really his choice.
Okay. Any more questions for Anne? And okay, well, let's, are we ready for a vote?
Yes, thank you, Anne. This all sounds great.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a pretty reasonable monthly cost for.
It is.
It is. It really is. And 28% is really reasonable too. So
Yeah.
that's good. I suspect I don't know. I'll talk to them, but I suspect they may not put more down because I think there are added things they're gonna want to do to the house.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, but that all
Although-
sounds great.
You know, I'll say this to them too, but they should hold off simply because let's pay for as much as we can with the CDBG rehab money.
Yeah,
But
that's good.
you know, I've already said to them, none of that money could be used for the air conditioning system, for example. So if they end up having to repair or replace that, that's going to have to come from their funds.
Well, and honestly, the AC is a nice bonus, but it's
Well,
not. you know,
exactly.
We have a couple of window units at my house. They could
Right.
do that. It'd be a lot cheaper. than
Yeah.
A brand new system, you know what I mean?
Frankly,
Just-
I suspect putting splits in would be cheaper than putting in a brand new
money for
system.
something else.
So, yeah.
Okay. I would make a motion to give Valerie Yadroff a down payment assistance loan of up to $10,000.
Second,
Any more discussion on that? All in favor? Gary,
Aye.
Mia,
Aye.
Sarah? Richard,
aye.
Elaine, aye. Sarah, can you hear me? We'll let that hang in the balance for a moment. If we get Sarah back, let me look and see if she's,
I'm going to ask a question here.
yeah, sure.
And
Yeah.
I sent you an email and you gave me an answer already. So that there are two other people that have qualified. There's a chance that the trust will have some money next week. We could, based upon your understanding,
Yes.
and is that something we would request of DHCD if we wanted to make another buy down grant?
Yeah, because they obviously have to give their approval anyway, so we might as well at the beginning know whether or not they're going to play ball. So,
Right.
yeah.
And the two applicants, or the two other lottery people, they're both current Wellfleet residents.
Yes.
Great. And in theory, we would save some thousands of dollars in administration and advertising.
Yeah, largely on the advertising because the Cape Cod Times, I don't know, it was like $2,000 to advertise in it, and we don't have any choice about that. And that would be a nice expense to not have to repeat.
Right. And so, and there's some other, and I don't know, would your fee be the same if we had to do another one?
As I recall, I had broken it down into two parts so that
Yes, exactly.
there was one that was per applicant and then one that was, you know, for everything. And so the for everything is done. So it would just be the fee for
Fee
new
for
applicants.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, well, it looks like we've lost Sarah, so
Yeah. Well, at least you have a majority.
that vote will have to be 4-0. Now, Anne, my question to you is, should you give them some official document that they can take to the bank with them about this?
Yeah.
Or a letter?
Let me
tomorrow?
check with Kathy. I have a call into her anyway and ask her what she needs.
And I would say, I know you don't have a closing date yet,
Right.
but as much notice as you can give us, given
Oh, I will.
I had a meeting with accounting today, so it may take us a little longer than usual
Yeah.
to process.
I know they originally were talking about a mid-July date. They hadn't come up with an exact date, but mid-July was what they were kind of shooting for. Given the fact that they're only putting the mortgage application in tomorrow, I can't imagine Sarah's back, that it's going to, occur anytime before that.
Hi, Sarah. Hi, Sarah. We'd love for you to vote on the,
Hey, guys, hey, guys,
Can you hear me, Sarah?
Yep, I think I'm back. Did I miss everything?
Okay, we're just waiting for your vote on the $10,000 in down payment assistance.
I vote yes.
Okay.
What a surprise.
Yes, exactly.
Um,
Just in a dead zone.
Now, I can't remember that we wire the money to the
Attorney.
buyer's attorney or the seller's attorney.
So the funds actually get held by the listing agent's office, and I have wiring funds for Kinlan Grover, which I can forward.
They get wired to,
So it depends, when do we release the down payment funds? That was actually one of the questions we needed for our contract, which is due on Monday.
Sarah,
$10,000.
how much is Val supposed to be putting down for a down payment? I mean,
So
the total amount.
So he put down 1,000 already.
Mhm.
We are due to put down another 14 on Monday, which would
Okay.
mean if he's limiting his down payment to the 1.5%, we would need whatever that difference is.
Okay.
However, the seller is so flexible that we could shift, I would imagine we could shift those figures if need be. But the terms of the contract have us putting down a
All right, so that's a total down payment of 15,000. It looked to me,
$14,000 more on Monday with Val having 1,000 already.
okay.
I know, more math.
I guess what I'm trying to figure out, I mean, obviously the town is not going to be in a position on Monday to hand over the $10,000.
Okay, so then my suggestion would be to see, I can check in with the attorneys on whether we can reduce the actual deposit
Yeah, you're breaking up so much, Sarah. I'm not sure we can really get enough from you.
1.5%, but then the rest will show as balance built in.
Okay.
Sorry, it was the only way we could make this. Can you hear me momentarily?
Right now we can.
Okay, so let me talk fast in case I drop off again. I was saying, I think I can request from the attorneys that the second deposit equal just a total of 1.5% from Val's
Okay.
funds. I
Okay,
don't anticipate a problem. It just
Yeah.
means that we will have a higher amount due at closing, and some of that will come from the down payment
Right,
funds. Is
right.
that the best way to handle it?
It probably is. And
Okay.
alternatively, if that's not enough money for them, if Val can come up with some more, then we would just end up reimbursing him at the closing.
Okay, perfect. Okay, great. That gives me all the information I need to be able to get the contract written the way it should be
Okay.
for Monday.
Okay, great.
All right, I'll stop torturing you all. Thank you.
Good
Thank
job,
you.
Sarah.
Thank you, Sarah.
Thank
okay.
you.
Well, I mean, as soon as we have a figure for that, the town may be willing to do a wire transfer on a shorter notice, but it's the last week of the fiscal year, so.
I know, yeah, no, it's the worst possible time.
okay.
Yeah, I would just say that as soon as possible that they can, get $10,000 out, that would be a good thing, but
Well, I mean, Sarah said she has wiring instructions. We can put that in motion.
Yeah.
Um,
what I'll do is I'll shoot her an email and ask her to get that info to you, and you can pass it on.
yeah. Huh. Okay. Great. Thank you, Anne. I know it's been a lot of back and forth and interesting situation.
Yeah, I mean, having the repairs be a piece of this is added an extra new little twist, but I think we finally have gotten everything worked out. Of course,
Thank you for everything you did to make it work.
no
Good job,
problem.
Sarah.
Um,
pretty
we
amazing.
still have to have DHCD's blessing. Unfortunately, Rieko is on vacation this week, so everything's on hold for a week, so.
So wait, so this OMA, we still don't have their authorization?
Well, what we don't have is exactly what they're gonna require in terms of repairs. I'm kind of doing a little guesswork here because I sent her the inspection report last Friday when I got it, and then she went on vacation on Monday. So I figure that, the roof and the sistering of the beams in the basement, I think are the two, most crucial things. And I'm hoping that it'll end there and that the 15,000 is going to be enough. So.
Yeah, it's a challenging situation to put all the pieces together
It is. Yeah.
in time and dealing with. I almost wonder if the future we should just buy the house and sell it, at some point. But anyway, Gary, did your question get finished being answered? Yes, right. Your question about finding out if we can do a second one.
Megan and Laura, yeah.
Yeah.
I think the answer is yes.
Mhm.
And wouldn't you say?
Qualified, yes.
You mentioned a couple of months from the lottery, but is it a couple of months from the lottery or a couple of months of our consummating the buy down?
Well, it was really, Rieko said a couple of months from the lottery. Now that was held, March 30th, as I recall.
March, oh,
First, so,
Yeah.
it depends on how you interpret a couple, I think.
Right. I mean, I don't know that it's in anyone's interest not to do it.
Well, I don't think so either. I mean, I understand what the argument is, that there might be people now who could apply who, weren't applying at the time. And so you don't want it to go too far out, but, I will make the argument if I need to make the argument.
I think she should be quite impressed. We managed to pull this off under the
Well,
current situation.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess that's the other question. If we do, one or two more buy downs at the same amount of the 175, are we likely to be lucky two times or three times? So,
Right.
You know?
Quick question. I don't think I can be here on July 1st, which is our next meeting. I don't know if people could meet on June 30th instead, or if Gary, you'd be willing to host. I think is the main thing might be, do we have new rental things we need to do, or is it the same as always, Richard? Changing?
I sent you an email, Elaine, you and Gary, I think.
Mhm.
Yes, it's different. Gary, did you get that?
I don't believe so, Richard.
All
We
right,
meet on
Let's-
Friday?
Huh?
We meet on Friday? I
Yeah.
can't meet on the 30th.
Yeah, I'm going to Jersey City with my kids to help them move.
Oh, nice.
Elaine, there's no reason we can't have it the following week.
That could probably work.
About the 8th. Want to do it the 8th?
Okay. Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay.
I'll send out an email
So that's what we're saying, the 8th?
at 10, I guess.
Yeah, that's fine for me.
Great. That's perfect. Yeah. Good. Okay. Well, thank you, everybody, for being able to make this meeting.
yes, thank you all.
Elaine, can I ask you one other thing? People can listen or not. Is there anything else we need to do for town meeting?
Oh, boy, I'm out of here on that
All
one.
right.
Bye, Ann.
Bye-bye.
Thank you very much for your help, Ann.
Thank you all.
Thanks,
Right.
Ann.
I was at town hall today and they're still in the process of working on
Yeah.
the motions,
Yeah.
very much so. But anyway, be that as it may, the ADU thing did not make it into the booklet.
Mhm,
So I made 250 copies.
mhm.
Did you say you were going tomorrow morning there to help?
I offered, nobody has said they needed help.
I
yet.
offered to Rebecca too, and I haven't heard back, but
To help set up?
No, to help staple things into the motion booklet.
well, I guess that's, the answer is yes, I'm part of the general help.
Well,
Correct.
Rebecca just got back like early this morning.
Yeah, I
think.
saw her today. I
Yeah.
talked to her, right,
She's probably catching up.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
Just show up. Just show up and help.
I was gonna say, I offered, I said I'll go on Saturday, but
Mhm.
I offered to get another volunteer, but I don't know what to say to them to go where, when.
Well, about tomorrow, you mean?
Yeah, yeah, to help with the housing stuff now I'm talking about. So we don't know.
We don't know. I can,
If you go and you find that you need another person, let me know
okay,
and we'll see what we can do to find someone else rather than to put out a general notice now.
okay,
Okay.
all righty.
Wait, my other question is, do you know if the other piece that we did got into the, Kathleen did?
Mhm.
Did it get into the booklet?
Yes.
It did.
Yes.
Okay,
Mhm.
great.
Yep.
All right,
Okay,
thank you.
all right. Yeah, Richard had to leave too, so we're all done. Thank you so much,
Thank
everybody.
you.
Nice to see you, Mia.
You
Yes,
too.
Saturday.
Bye-bye. Bye, Elaine.
Bye-bye, Gary.